Now all we'll do to start with is the man at the front, at each end, is the one who's working. So you're going to play a pass to your partner up there. You're going to control it, try and beat him and get to the line here. Okay? Now if you can take it off him, you try and get to that line. And then you just change ends and then the next two will be working. So you just, nice and easy, just work end to end, trying to take the ball across the other line. So I'll just quickly show you so everybody gets the idea. So you're going to play it across, follow it, and then you're going to take me on. Okay? Now if he gets past me, go and beat me. Beat me. You take the ball through. We go through and rest. Then the next two work.
The player with the ball passes to the player at the other end of the grid. The player receiving must try and dribble past the opponent and stop the ball at the end line.
Well done. All I've done is I've just let them find out for themselves what it's like to defend, what it's like to have the ball at your feet and be running at somebody. But we're concentrating this morning on the defending side. So I'm looking at the defenders. So the man that plays the ball across, it plays the ball across to the person on the other side, and certain things have got to go in his mind. He doesn't, for example, just give me the ball, please. He doesn't, for example, do that and just stand here, because that allows the attacker to run the ball at him. And once he gets into his stride at pace, it's much more difficult for me as a defender to stop him. Because if we were having a race and he's on the move and I've got to go from a standing start, he knocks the ball past me, I'm not expecting to catch it. So when you play the ball across now and you're the defender, can you make up as much ground as quickly as you can to stop him getting hold of the ball and running at you? So that's the first thing I want you to be thinking about. So let's see if we can do that again. Off we go. Go on. Well done. Okay. The clever ones, the cute ones, have started to work one or two things out. There's two ways you can play the ball across. You can play it across really firm and you test his control. If he has a bad touch, you might be able to nick it straight away. So I want you to have a bad touch for me. I know you don't usually have a bad touch, but I want you to have a bad touch for me. So it's there, have a bad touch too far in front, and you're getting close and you'll win it. Because he's had a bad touch, you've won the ball. The other thing it does is it frightens him as well. Because if the man comes in slowly, he's thinking, oh, well, I can take my time on the touch. He's not going to put any pressure on me. But if he's on his way quickly, he's looking at the man coming in, he's looking at the ball, it's testing his control. So you just see now, if when you play it in firm and you get across, just see if you can affect his touch, you might be able to win it straight away. Off we go. Could have been firmer, look, could have been, go on, could have been firmer. Can you beat him? Well done, good tackle. Go on, play it cross firm. Go on, go on, go on, go on! Well done, you're in closer to him better. Well done, you've run him out. Now the other way to do it, for those that are cute enough to work it out, is to play the ball slowly. Now you're not going to affect his touch so much this time, but you're going to get there quicker, because if the ball's going slowly and you're running quick, you're going to shut that distance down again. So now, just stroke it across gently and get in on top of him. Okay? Don't beat the ball there, don't win it before he's had a touch, but under-hit the pass so that you're making ground as he's receiving it and you're right on top of him. Just knock that back again. Okay, go on, let's see what your touch is like to play it in. Yes, go on, get there. Go on, go on. Now ease up. Well done. Go on, get back in. The defender, if I'm coming across now and I'm coming in on the ball, there comes a point where I've got to slow up. Before he's had his touch and he can knock the ball past me, I've got to be slowing up so that I don't commit myself, make a fool of myself and let him use my momentum going that way to take the ball past me. So you get across as quick as you can, as far as you can, then you slow up. So we're going in there, and then I hold. And then I've got to try and take control. Come on, we're starting to race in too quickly now. You've got to make the right decision. The best defenders make the player, the forward, the offensive team or the offensive player, they make him do what they want to do, what they want him to do. Okay, so what I'm saying now is when we're coming across, we've already done it to a certain extent because we've not stood off, we've come across and we've tried to affect his touch, we've tried to stop him running at us, so we're making him do what we want him to do, not what he wants to do, what we want him to do as a defender. And some of you now should have worked out, you've had 15, 20 goes at it, you should have worked out the strengths and the weaknesses of the person you're up against. Is he right-footed? Is he left-footed? Is he quick? Has he got good control? You know, those sorts of things have got to go into the brain, and you've got to be making the decision then to your advantage. So my thoughts now, if I'm defending, I've played the ball across, I'm going to be thinking to myself, I'm going to try and come in slightly at that angle. Start off by coming at that angle and try and push him that way. Try and push him onto his right foot, but not go too far here so it opens up completely and he goes through. But you've got to get that angle right that you come in. Now there's a lot of information here. What you don't want to do as well is not go far enough that if you get to that position, you take the ball across there now and you can still be going forward. Right, so just come back, let's see if I can make that point to everybody. You come in far enough that if he still wants to go to his left foot, he goes square, he goes across the pitch. Okay, he doesn't go forward onto his left foot. But hopefully, if I'm showing him enough on that side, and again, I've got to work out how quick he is. You know, but if I'm too close there like that and he's quicker than me, he could knock it and he'll get past me. But as I start working him that way, remember I've got a touch line there, I've got a out of bounds, if you like, on that side. So I get into there, start going that way now. Now then, as we're getting closer to that line, I can start working my way in on him because he's running out of space and I can start looking to make the tackle. And that's where I can start getting physical with him. I can start getting my arm across him, get my arm that way so he can't turn back. Be physical without fouling. You don't want to give a foul away and give him the advantage, but try and work him one way or the other. Go on, go. You sent him onto his left, and he did you. Can you get a tackle in? Well done, you stepped across him. Good. Go on then, now have a look at it, see what he wants to do. Now get in close. Well done. If you get to a situation where you've pushed him that way, say we're pushing him that way right now, and he thinks, I'm running out of ground there, I'm going to turn. But remember, that's where he wants to be going, that's his attacking, that's where the goal is. And he turns. Go on, turn back. Now, don't let him get away. You keep him going that way because he's facing his own goal. So go on, go on. So you keep pushing him back, and if you can get a tackle in, you get a tackle in. So push him back. Once you've got him turned, push him back. What we're seeing at the moment, come up to it again, is we do this, turn away again now, go on, and we think, oh, all right, there we are. And that allows him to come back again and go at you. So all that hard work that you've put in, you've wasted because he's got wriggled out of the situation and he can come back at you again. So once you've got him turned and going back towards his own line, see if you can push him back.
Close the space quickly and don't let the player with the ball build up speed. Pass the ball firmly, making it difficult for your partner to control the ball. Pass the ball slowly, allowing more time for the defender to close the space down. Don't dive in. Force the player with the ball to do what you want him to do. Force him to his weaker foot, force him to the sideline, etc.
We've done it individually, now we're going to do it as a pair. So the two over there, the first two, you on the ball can play to either of these two. So you can split. You can split, okay, you've got the full width, and the two now come as defenders. So the first man plays the ball to whichever. So if you play the ball there, you've got to make the decision to get there. If he plays the ball there, you've got to be making the decision as you're closing in on that one.
Increase the area to 20 by 20 yards and play 2 versus 2 with the same organisation as before. The first defender is the player who is immediately opposite the receiver of the ball.
We'll always start with the ball at that end. Off you go. Play it in. Well done the defenders. Okay. Dead, dead. Next pair. Grab a ball, go from that end. As long as you go out 2 at each end, I don't mind. Go on, play it in.
Yeah, Bobby.
It's slightly different now because the person who's helping you is there. So I think that you want to be looking to use him and run the ball and run the man that way. Now your distance is going to be important. If you stay there, just stay exactly where you are now, that beats you. Yeah? So yes, give us the ball back. You go in a position now. You go in a position where that ball doesn't beat you. You've got to make decisions based on where he is, where the ball is. All right? Now what you don't want to do is be stood here, so just come across too much, because he's now thinking to himself, I'm going to go that way, because if I play the ball there, he's going to tackle, he's going to get on top of him, so I'm going to do that. So you've got to be thinking to yourself, right, that's where I want you to go. Remember what I said earlier about the defending? You make them do what you want them to do. If you do that, I'm saying go that way, and that's the wrong option, because it's 1 against 1 down there. 2 against 2 is far better from a defending point of view than 1 against 1. Well done, get after him, good. Okay, change ends, yeah. Don't mind which end you go from. You can play the ball in from either end now. Yes, go on, you're the defenders. Ah! What you've got to be looking to do is say, right, I'm not going to get beaten on that side, and I'm going to try and make sure that the ball goes that way, okay? And you're ready so that if he has a bad touch, suppose he doesn't pass it. Ah, now you're going too close. All right? Where do you want the ball to go? Where do you want it to go? You're the defender. Where do you want the ball to go?
I want to win the ball. I want to get forced this way so I can step in.
Right, you might be able to step in, but where don't you want it to go? Back in there. So if you creep there, go on, you creep. Now, all of a sudden, he's thinking, I can't get the ball there, so I'm going to play it, and the run's on. Okay? So you've got to make the ball, if I take your position for a minute, you've got to make him want to play the ball there so that you can go in and make the challenge. Or if he still keeps coming this way, go on, keep coming, and he has a bad touch, you might then be able to get in and make a challenge there. But what you don't want to do is let him get on the backside of you with a pass in there. Okay?
That's good.
Go on, do it. Go on, get after him. Go on, that's it. Go on. Well done. Okay, enough. Well done. Good. Well done, the two of you. Out you go.
Use the second defender as cover. Direct the player with the ball to the second defender. Force them to pass backwards or turn. Using the same organisation, increase the area to 40 by 20 yards and play 4 versus 4.
We've gone from 1 player to 2 players, now we're going to go to 4. Okay? Right. Can I have the red back 4 on the line, the white back 4 on that line, and spread yourselves right the way across so you've got the 2 grid, the full 40 yards.